Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, around the world and coast to coast. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. This is Ham Radio Live. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. My goodness gracious, I am so honored, grateful, and pleased as punch y'all have done that. Thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you for doing that because it helps people find this channel who might have an interest in ham radio, getting their license and licensing it up and, getting that big ticket so they can work the world and have some fun. Please make sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It would do me a great honor. Wherever you are, it's an unexpected show, I do know, but we're here because it's nearly Grayline. And, hey, good things can happen. Conditions haven't been the best. But you never know what could happen. So what happens if you don't turn on the radio? Absolutely nothing, right? So just get her done. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shack. Yep. Been awake all night. Yep. Again. What can you do? Just taking a look around the Shack here. It's all here. It's still here. Hi, welcome. It's Sunday. It's early. It really is. What is it? It's 5:44 a.m. here in the northwest of Oregon. And we're figuring, well, you might as well do a Grayline show. We're here. Why not, right? It doesn't hurt. Let's see what we can do to see if it makes some calls. And maybe it'll be some DX, maybe not. We'll see. Typically at sunrise, your signals go south. We're going to do a great show on this, by the way, on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Please mark your calendars. Wednesday at 1800 UTC, a special show that will cover Grayline, solar index, and how to read those propagation forecasts. It will be a big one, and it's coming up this Wednesday right here on the channel. Please be here for that. It's a good thing. It's actually produced by the Radio Society of Great Britain, and it is very well done. I hope you like it. It's one of the best shows I think I could help teach you a little more about radio and how it works, especially how to reach, DX, how to be successful at DX, what those propagation forecasts mean, how to read them, things like that. This is a great show coming up. Wednesday, 1800 UTC. Please stick around and be here, all right? If you'd like to get an amateur radio, a lot of people just don't know how to do it. Contact the American Radio Relay League. You can find them at www.arrl.org. That's the American Radio Relay League. Even if you don't live in the U.S., you can simply just go ahead and, send them a note. Let them know in the contact section where you live, and they'll help hook you up with a radio club that's as close as possible to you. If you might be in Canada and you'd like to be an amateur radio operator, get your license, you can do that. Contact the Radio Amateurs of Canada. That's the RAC at www.rac.ca. And over the pond in the Great British Commonwealth, also known there as the UK. Contact the Radio Society of Great Britain. They're wonderful people. They truly are. www.rsgb.org. Let's take a look at the rig, and let's see what we can cook up today, and maybe make some calls. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7, Hotel, November. We're on the Yaesu FTDX 101 Delta, running the DX Commander Classic antenna. We're also using the MFJ 998 auto tuner just to be safe if any SWR coming back down the coax, to protect the Ameritron ALS 1306 amplifier, which today is running at 1,100 watts. Conditions have been bad lately. Got to get all you can. Let's see what we can do. CQ, any station, anywhere. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ at any station, anywhere. From Oregon, this is Kilo 7, Hotel November. Streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live, calling CQ and listening. Now, conditions have not been the greatest. However, It can be done. We'll see how it goes today. Quick welcomes. Hello to JJ. Welcome to the channel. Hi, all. What a nice surprise to wake up to a live show. Well, I hope it's a nice surprise. Man, time will tell there, JJ. Thanks for coming, buddy. Michael is in the house. I think it's the first time. Michael, welcome to the show. Good morning here in Yeovil, Somerset, UK. Keep well. Regards to you too, Mike. Thank you so much. It's very nice of you to be here. We appreciate it. And I mean, it's an honor to me. Thank you, Michael, so much. CQ on 40, calling any station, anywhere. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. We'd love to make the call with you. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. I have a great story about an 80-meter net that I worked last night. My gosh. Oh, guys. Oh, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I'll tell you about it in a bit. CQ on 40. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, we're streaming live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube, and we'd love to make the call with you. This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and standing by. Thought we'd do a quick show. It is current time here, 5:51 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and we are at 12:51 UTC. So just before 1 p.m. in the United Kingdom. So we're grateful to have you all here. Thank you so much for being here on a very early show. We'll see if we make a call or not. Again, conditions have not been great. It is spotty, and there are openings. So let's see how it goes. CQ, Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, to any station, anywhere. We're streaming live on YouTube on Ham Radio Live. We'd love to make a call with you right now. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. I can tell you propagation east is horrible, absolutely horrible. Now, to the south and to the west, it's dynamic. It really is. Right now, in fact, I don't need to put the audio up. I'll just show you the screen. This is currently the Maui SDR. This is the one that's right there on the island of Maui. It's about I think it's about 400 feet up, if I remember right. Let me show you the screen real quick on this so you can see what it looks like. And I'll give you an idea of what the signal looks like from Maui right now, okay? Here's the Maui SDR, and it'll give you a good idea of the signal strength here at the bottom corner there. You'll see the bottom corner. Take a look at the S meter there. See it kind of, well, maybe you don't. Hold on, let me see if I can get it up higher for you. I hope that brought it up a little bit. If it doesn't, I can do this and hopefully shrink it just a skosh. Did that take care of it? Did you get that? You got it now, right? Maybe? No, it's still clipped. I can see it's still clipped. Okay, now you can see it. All right, so the signal's going strong into Maui, so I know it's going great west. I know it's going great south. But to the east, no, not so good. CQ, Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere, from the state of Oregon and transmitting all over YouTube on Ham Radio Live. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. streaming live on YouTube, calling CQ and listening. I see the S7 there into Maui right now, so that's good. Nice signal in about the center of the Pacific, so I know we're propagating well, but what we'll pick up, who knows? It's a rough night, that's for sure. CQ, calling CQ from Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ to any station, anywhere. We're podcasting live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube. We'd love to make a call with you during Grayline. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. See how just very dead it is right now, which is strange for this time of day. But it's, it's also kind of a good barometer of the way the bands are right now. Usually this time of day, there are signals everywhere, and it's because of Grayline. So, I know we got someone right next to us, so there we go. Maybe it's picking up. CQ, Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, to any station, anywhere, from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, and streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 and listening. I'll back this out a little bit so you can see a little more of the geochron. But right there is where I am, and you can see right the edge of Grayline right there. So rest of the world appears. And there you go. So we'll split screen this so you can see both the rig and the geochron. And it'll give you an idea of Grayline as it comes up, and if we make some calls. Like I said, if we make some calls. Never know. CQ, from Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, to any station, anywhere. We're live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live, and we're streaming right now. We'd love to make a call with you. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, and streaming right now on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November, Kilo 7, Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 meters and listening. Tell you a story. I looked at some VOA CAP, the vocap software, for DX. Woo. The next week, it just looks so rough. Just the way it goes. But, we're going to have a great show on Wednesday, and I hope you're here. It'll be at 1800 UTC. It's a great show about looking at propagation forecasts, what all those things mean, the K index, the sub-Z index, the geomag, all that. The whole thing explained so well by the Radio Society of Great Britain. You're going to absolutely love it. You really will. You really will. So join us, please, 1800 UTC on Wednesday for a very big show about really how we can make DX work for us and understand when and how to do it. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. We're live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube, and we'd love to make the call with you. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, and we're streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 meters and listening. It's a good time to tell you folks that we have so much going on right now in ham radio, some great stuff, including some growth to ham radio right now in the UK. It's fantastic. It really is what's happening. The UK is growing in ham radio at a rate not seen in decades. So if you'd like to get involved and you'd like to be a part of the growth of ham radio in the United Kingdom, please don't hesitate to get a hold of the Radio Society of Great Britain. They can be found at rsgb.org. That's www.rsgb.org. Great group of people there. And I want to thank Steve Thomas again. His call sign is Mike 1 Alpha Charlie Bravo. Steve sent me a great book, The Secrets of the Ham Radio Test, there in the UK. So, foundation license, folks. People who would like to get the foundation license. Perhaps you'd like to get, I don't know, maybe the intermediate or the full. The answers are in the book, folks. The answers are in the book. And the questions are well explained. This is a great book. I'll show it to you in a moment here. Let's see if we can maybe make a call and a new friend today. Hang on. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. From the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live, this is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. And this is a time when you just realize that, sometimes, in ham radio, we don't make calls. It's just the way things are. It's not ever a guarantee, What was it, Friday night? We made like 8 calls quickly in like less than an hour. And today, just nothing. It's just the way the propagation is. Make a couple more tries. I'll tell you about this great book that is written by Alan Betts. His call sign is Golf Zero Hotel India, Quebec. It's fantastic. It's called Exam Secrets for Radio Amateurs. Exam Secrets for Radio Amateurs by the Radio Society of Great Britain. It's a phenomenal book, and it's one that you should have if you're trying to study for your ham radio license, whether in the UK or abroad. This is a book that will really help you. We'll talk about it in just a few moments. CQ on 40 meters. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. And we're calling CQ for you, and we'll be listening. So I think most of our signal right now is going west and south. Okay. Now I want you to think about west and south for a moment from where I'm at this time of day, all right? This time of this time of day, right? Okay. So west and south for me is right down there. Where it's between midnight here, between New Zealand and Australia, and 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning here as we go to the west. So we got a lot of sleepy people in bed, most likely. We'll see if we can try it. Let's try it one more time. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 meters and listening. And see, if I were to move to the SDR that's in Utah, you would not see a signal reflection whatsoever of this. You just wouldn't see it. And it's real interesting to note. It's good to know how propagation works. It's good to know how your signals work. A really good tool for finding that out is to check SDRs, check web SDRs, because those can really help you. They really can. So right now the signal is just really beaming south and west and not going east whatsoever. So that's the reason why, can't even hear us in Utah, which is like 650 miles away. So it's just one of those things. It's the way propagation sits right now. That's just the way it sits at this moment. So I'm going to just do one more check here. We'll call one more CQ call and we'll see. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere, from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 and listening. Getting a little bounce, just a little bit. I don't know if it's us that's bouncing in Utah or not. Let me just take a quick listen over there, because I don't think it's us. Let me just see. All right, let me just listen real quick. Gonna mute the Maui one. Let me check. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ on 40 meters from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming to the world on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 and listening. Hear that? That's Maui. So right now, the signal is literally going south and west, which means it's going into a very, very dark ocean. It really is, middle of the night. So that's the reason why it is what it is right now, and the reason most likely why we're just not getting calls. Now, this is not always this way. Okay, for new hams, for people who, are not in ham radio or who would like to be in ham radio, oftentimes at sunrise, your calls will go well east. And the reason why is because the ionosphere's D layer is not charged yet. Now, 7 megahertz is right about where it gets attenuated. And the reason why is because the way the ionosphere works is usually to have the sunspots of the sun charge it up. It takes actually the radiation from those sunspots, the X-ray radiation, to come in It will charge up the particles in the ionosphere, help make it strong, okay? Now, at sunrise, the deal is that the sun's rays first hit the F layer, which is the highest layer. At night, it's only one layer. It's just the F, okay? When we get into daytime and more sun hits, what we do is we see the F layer split into two. It becomes F1 and F2. All right. Then there's the E layer. Those three layers will reflect signals. The D layer is the one that's the lowest. That's the one that doesn't reflect signals. So it tends to absorb signals below or at near 7 megahertz, which is pretty close to where we are right now on the transceiver. We're nearly at 7 megahertz, okay? See, 7.195. So because of that, what we face is a situation where we're calling to the south, we're calling to the west, but to the east, there's no signal. There's no signal. And usually it will work the opposite way. The reason why is because we're calling on a frequency that is going up through the D layer because it hasn't absorbed yet. The sun's charging the top particles first at the F layers because that's where the sun's rays are hitting first. They're hitting way up there high in the atmosphere first. Does that make sense? Then as the sun gets higher, over the horizon, it starts to charge the E layer next because that's the next highest layer. And then finally it charges the D layer, which gets the most charge when the sun is right overhead. So when you work in the morning, right around Grayline, okay, your signal will do very well towards the east. And the reason it does is because that D layer hasn't been charged yet. It'll go straight up to that F1 or F2 layer, hopefully, maybe even the E layer, and it will bounce and it will go in all directions, depending upon what kind of antenna you've got. If you've got a directional, it's going to go in the direction you point it. But the point is, it will go up in the air and it will tend to be really strong towards the east, usually. However, today, we're really getting a sunset type of gray line. We're getting a gray line that really goes west and south. That's just the way it works. It was the same way when I did my testing before the show, and it's the same way right now. So we are right now about, how long? We got 20 minutes in this, 27 minutes in the show. Okay. So, it's still the same as it was. We'll make a couple more tries, see if maybe we can make a call. There is light now in the sky, which is refreshing, so we'll see how it goes. By the way, quick little hellos for some folks that came in. Hi, Izzy. It's great to see you. A very happy Sunday to you. Thank you for coming. JJ, some activity right and left. Yes, there are. And that really is other signals that are coming in that I can hear, okay? Keep in mind, you have to have two things, a signal that's readable and someone that's looking for it. So those two things have to be in effect. Otherwise, you just don't have a call. Gurf, thanks for the signal report. I love getting signal reports. That's great. That's great. Thank you for that. The Gurf's call sign is Kilo Delta Zero Golf Sierra, and I appreciate that. I love signal reports. That's great. Thank you for doing that. Ton of QRM right now where he's at. He says he doesn't have a good antenna. I bet you got a better antenna than you think you have, my friend. I bet you do. I bet you do. It's just really, not even the WebSDR in Utah picks it up. So that usually, it screams into Utah right now, and there's not even a peep. So it's not your antenna. It's just the way that the conditions are right now. So let's see, we've got Peter Buddha, go down 7.1. I would, however, that's outside our band plan in the U.S. In Region 2, where we live, our band plan starts at 7.125. Since it's lower sideband, we go down 3. We have to figure down 3. The lowest we can work, Peter, here is 7.128. Man, that's a big difference between us and the rest of the world. Region number 1, which is UK and part of Asia and Africa and the Middle East, those folks get 7.1 to 7.2. Now, we go all the way from 7.18 to 7.3 on 40 meters. We get up to 7.3. But the point is, really, it's just not working today. That's it. Whether I'm down at 7.128 or up, it was the same thing, because I did check at 7.128. But here's the deal, and that's a great question. What Peter said here is really good.
you can change frequencies when you go down, especially when you're down around 7.128 to 7.14, right in there. There's great DX. A lot of DXs right there. A lot of folks will work lower band on 40. They'll work on the lower end of it, and they do great. They really do. It's just that both at 7.128 and here at 7.195, I had the same exact effect. It's just the same thing, man. So it happens. It's part of ham radio, and we just have to grin, and we have to deal with it sometimes, and that doesn't always feel good. You know what I mean? So thank you, Peter, for coming to the show. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you. Joel, my goodness, it's great to see you. Welcome. He's a local. South Eugene, November 7, Juliet Delta Lima from Eugene, Oregon. Wow, what a great honor it is to have you, Joel. Thank you. Wow, thank you. I used to live in Eugene, Springfield. I was there on off of Mohawk. I worked at a local station there in Springfield. Someone on frequency. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Ooh. Again, please. This is K7HN. Again, please. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. We got somebody. There's a great line, so somebody tuned. All right, let's try one more CQ call. CQ on 40. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. We're live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube, streaming to the world, and we'd love to make a call with you. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ on 40 and listening. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Okay, so we'll just do this. Kilo 7 Hotel November will be QRT. All right, so that's it. We won't be able to make a call tonight simply because there's just not the propagation conditions to do so. That's where WebSTRs help, because you can listen and hear your signal from a distant location in different directions. By doing that, you get an idea of the propagation and what direction your signal is going. Now, we're in the middle of building. Actually, it's not true. I can't lie to you. We still have it in the box. We have the Step IR Urban Beam that just arrived here this week. And we're very excited about that. I want to thank the folks at Step IR who really put in some extra work to make sure they could get me the product quickly, because otherwise we'd had a 3 to 4 week wait. And they know we're going to do a lot of YouTube stuff with it, like reviewing it and using it and using it and using it. You know what I'm saying? So thanks to the folks at Step IR. Once we have the directional, it's going to make a big difference because you can cut through a lot of that and really make calls. So Urban Beam will be coming, and we're working on building that here this coming week. After today, we've got some dry weather, so that'll be nice. And then we've got, let me see, Joel, by the way, Joel from Eugene, thanks for being here. I worked at, it's now 93.3 FM. It's a country station. Anyway, it used to be 93.1 KSND. I was there. Yeah, back in the day. Top 40, now gone. Sadly, it's now gone. That's the way it goes. Yeah, Radios, they change. What happens is radio stations get bought out, and then when they get bought out, they change formats, and they did. They changed the country, and they went. They even moved. They moved up to 93.3 from 93.1. Why? I'm not really sure. W.S. Robbie in the house. Good morning, Larry, and everyone. From Scott in Ohio. Whiskey 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. Wow, Scott, thank you for being here today. Thank you for coming from Ohio. I mean that sincerely. I don't take that lightly, and I mean that sincerely. Thank you for coming today to today's show. Oh, my goodness. It's a complete show now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you may be. Gunter from Germany is here. He has come. The show can be here. And it can be complete now because Gunter has made it to the show. There you go. We had a comment last week about Gunter because they say, it just isn't a show without Gunter here. He just makes the shows fun because he's really interactive with people in the comment section. And that makes it fun. So Gunter now has his own intro music, and he wants to say a big hello to everybody out here in the ham radio world. Thank you, Gunter. Happy Sunday, buddy. Happy Sunday. Ducking deep down, hands down. Okay. Folks, you know what? Let me show you something really good. This is really good. If you're in the UK and you'd like to license up, don't stop at foundation and don't stop at intermediate. Don't do that. Go to all the way to full. You can do this. You really can. I don't want you to be discouraged by this. I don't want you to think, oh, gosh, another bloody test. You can pass this. It's a great book. It's put out by the Radio Society of Great Britain. It's Exam Secrets, and it is really, really good. This thing is really very current as well. Take a look on the cover. You see a Yaesu 101 Mike Papa. You see the ICOM IC705. You see a brand new Kenwood handheld here too. You see all these radios that are brand new, and inside is brilliance. Okay, first, in the back, look at this. The back, oh, it has the answers. Yep. All the answers are right there. And then it has all the paperwork, all the test questions for every license examination that's held there. Talks about measurements and construction, talks about safety, talks about different kinds of electromagnetic compatibility. This is a great book. A great book. It's produced by the Radio Society of Great Britain. If you would like one of these, please reach out to them. You can find them on the internet at www.rsgb.org. That's www.rsgb.org. Please do not stop at intermediate or the foundation license. You can get to full. You just need to get a book like this and work your tail off, and you'll have that license. And I know, one of the questions I get a lot from folks in the UK is, I only got 10 watts. Well, you can go 10 watts. You can work a long ways. You can work 3,000 or 4,000 miles sometimes on 10 watts. And you know what? You can really do it when you put a nice directional antenna up. That's the truth. Because you're multiplying the power of that 10 watts coming out. That's what it does. That 10 watts might only be 10 watts, but through a directional antenna, it multiplies your gain, and you're getting huge numbers out there to the world, and they're hearing you a lot farther away. It really are. So don't be stuck thinking 10 watts is nothing, okay? Even off of a quality vertical, like, say, for example, the high-gain AV680, which is a great vertical, no ground radials needed. You just have them pointed towards the ground, and away it goes. Maybe you're in an HOA, and you can't put up a vertical antenna. You can't put up a dipole. You can't really have a loop out there. What do? Well, you can put a flagpole antenna up. Grayline Performance is a great place to stop on the internet. Grayline with an E, so Greyline Performance is a great spot. They'll sell you a flagpole from 12 feet to 43 feet that has amazing takeoff angles and great DX on it that your neighbor's going to say, oh my, what a lovely flag you have there. That's lovely. And they don't know you're calling CQDX, but just please make sure they do not at any time touch that flagpole. Don't let them do that. That'd be bad. Find them at GraylinePerformance.com. Good stuff. Really good. Or you can buy one of Callum's antennas. Callum's got great stuff. Find him online. Google search DX Commander Antennas. He makes great antenna products, and you will find some fantastic stuff. It takes ground radios, but you don't need a whole bunch of them. You can make them smaller, and you can really get performance out of it. That's the antenna I'm using here. If I were to use only 10 watts, only 10. In fact, let's do that. I'll show you something real quick. This show won't be a waste. Hold on. Let me get you back to the rig. All right. So here we are back at the rig. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the amplifier off. All right. Just so you know, I'm being upfront with you. So this is not a trick, okay? The ALS 1306 is right there. All right. So you can see the meters lit up, right? All right. Now the meters are off. No meters. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we go to the rig. We're going to go down to 10 watts. Just 10. All right. Now, make sure the frequency's still open. That'd be brutal. Hello. CQ, I say. Are you there? Oh, sorry to step on you, old man. All right. So here is, again, the Maui SDR. Okay. We're at 10 watts. Listen. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7, Hotel November. See the S meter come up? Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. See? You can still hear it. Now, it might be weak, so I'm going to put this near the speaker so you can hear it better. Okay, hang on. Hang on. That is the power right there, my friends, of 10 watts. Okay, so we'll have to go to 5. Let's knock it down to 5. 5 watts. Let's see if we can hear it at 5 watts to Maui from Oregon, which is 2,500 miles away. Just a moment. Now, I don't know if it'll do this, but we'll give it a shot. I'll put the microphone back to the speaker, and this is direct again from the Maui SDR. You can see that I'm at 5 watts now of RF power coming out of the transmitter. We're going to go ahead and give you now a screenshot of the Maui SDR. How the heck about that right there? Huh? That ain't bad right there. You think about that. That's 5 watts. So 5 watts all the way to Maui gets us to Maui. No joke. 5 watts. That's fantastic. And just to show you exactly why that's so important, you folks on foundation licenses in the UK, a lot of you fret about that because it's only 10 watts. Look, I don't have a directional here. I'm just using the DX Commander vertical. That's what I'm using right here. And on 5 watts, I can get above the noise floor, which is high right now, all the way to Maui. You can do the same thing. You're on an island, for goodness sakes. You guys can make calls quite a ways because the first bounce goes up and then down on water, for the most part, unless it goes into Europe. But still, even at 10 watts, you're going to make great calls. But get licensed up because you get more frequencies, you'll get more power, and you'll get the world if you do this. So please take a look for this book. It's well worth it. Find it at the Radio Society of Great Britain. They're found at www.radiosocietyofgreatbritain.com. All right, final questions before we get rolling off the show. And back today at, we're back 11 a.m. Pacific time, Ham Talk Live. Today's question is a great one. Oh, it's a good one. It is. Today's question, what's the CQ? What is the QSO? What is it that got away? What is the call you made out there that was almost made but not completed? We're going to talk about that today on Ham Talk Live, okay? Final questions, final thoughts, and we thank you so much for being here. Carl is here. Oh my gosh, good morning to you, Carl. Thank you for coming. What a treat. Thanks, Carl. Tom, all the way in Bahrain, is in the house as well. His call signs, Alpha Echo 1, Tom Papa, and Alpha 92 Golf Whiskey. Tom, pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming this morning, this afternoon, your time. Thank you for being here. Kevin is back. Hello again, folks. Greetings from North Staffordshire. He's in the UK, and we're very happy you came. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin, in the comment of yesterday's show, talking about licensing up or not giving up to get your license. A very wonderful and very special comment. So we're grateful that you're here, Kevin. Thank you. All right. We're going to close the show at this point. We'll be back in about 4.5 hours, it looks like, for Ham Talk Live. We're talking today about the QSO that got away. I'll have video on it. I'll have a video of a YouTube podcaster that had one of the worst days of their lives when in the middle of doing their YouTube podcast. You can imagine what happened. Yep. Unfortunately, their amplifier blew up to the point that smoke was pouring out. Yep. It was pretty sad. So we'll show that unfortunate moment. And it's not something to make fun of the person. It's just that, things happen. These are not easy to do. Folks think, hey, this is just a YouTube podcast. You got to talk to people for a long time. You got to make sure you engage them and bring them content. Hopefully it's good. And I hope you've had some fun today, even though we didn't make a single call. Learned a little bit about what's going on. Learned about what the power of 5 watts can do. And we want to see you back here in 4.5 hours for Ham Talk Live. Until then, my name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. All I ask, please, is you subscribe. I don't monetize this channel. I don't get paid to do this. I don't get money off of ads you'll see in the middle of this show that's going to help me to pay for this equipment. I pay for it out of my own pocket. I do this to give back to people. It's my way of giving back. You could help me by subscribing, which allows other people to find the channel and hopefully get themselves into ham radio, or at least be able to understand it better so they can pass their exams. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, sign off. We're going to have one sign off. It's from yesterday, but it's a good one. I still like it. It's good. This is a great sign off, or also known as a close down. But we got a really good one coming up later today, too, from Germany. Gunter, you'll love it. We're going to have it later on today, but until then, 73 is from Oregon. God bless you, and thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. My name's Larry. The very best to you and yours. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, it's now 26 1/4 minutes past 12, and that's where we come to the end of your Saturday night programs. 'Tis but a few hours to sun up, and you'll be able to get out into the garden bright and early. I was sitting in my garden at 5 o'clock this morning. I know nobody around here believes me, but it's absolutely true. I had to sit in the garden for an hour or so waiting for TVA.
Okay, we got to answer this one. I'm sorry. I had to come back, folks. This is such an important question. It needs to be answered. Okay? It's a great question. Martin, I don't know you were here. Martin, welcome. From Holland, Papa Echo 9 Tango India Golf. Welcome to the show. Wow. Martin, it's always great to see you. Man, just say hi. Let me know you're here because I want to honor you. Man, what a great thing it is to see you. We have a great question here from Izzy. He says he was listed on 20 meters and overheard something about a coronal mass ejection that will affect us. How? Izzy, we're going to have a great show on Wednesday. It's done by the Radio Society of Great Britain. It talks about things like coronal mass ejections. What those do is they can knock out HF propagation for days, literally for days, because of the amount of radiation that comes to the Earth and the way it affects HF bands. So it doesn't hurt UHF and it doesn't hurt VHF, but it does hurt the HF bands, 3 through 30 megahertz. So please join us on Wednesday. A coronal mass ejection, what it really is at the speed of over 600 kilometers per second. Basically, it's an explosion that comes out of a sunspot. As it goes out, it emits a huge amount of radiation, so much so that it causes disruption within the ionosphere. That's why it messes up HF propagation, especially at the poles. It will especially affect North and South Pole propagations. For example, when we call Europe from the west coast of the United States, our calls typically go right over the North Pole. With a coronal mass ejection, that's impossible because the North Pole is jammed with radiation, so much so that HF calls can't be made. However, what's interesting is VHF calls can be made. You can make DX calls on 2 meters, no joke. So, take a look at your VHF bands, 2 meters. Look at 6 meters. You may find openings right now that you didn't expect would happen, okay? Too good of a question not to be able to address there, because Izzy, when someone asks something so important like that, it needs to be addressed. But please, everyone join me this Wednesday. I believe personally it will be around 193 shows then. I think that might be the most important ham radio live show I have done yet. Seriously. No joke. If you've ever looked at places like QRZ and seen their forecast page, right? You see their forecast, you see the suns, this red sun, and it talks about the MUF and the signal to noise ratio and all that stuff, and the K index and the A index and all the indexes and the BZ, and you're wondering, what the heck does this mean? This is a great show for you to watch. It'll explain everything in layman's terms in a very good way. So please join us Wednesday, 1800 UTC, for learning about propagation and working DX radio. Okay? Now I'll see you later at, let's see, that's going to be 11 a.m., so that's going to be 4 hours and 26 minutes away from right now. Until then, see you later, everybody. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. Goodbye.
Well, it's now 26 and a quarter minutes past 12, and that's where we come to the end of your Saturday night programs. 'Tis but a few hours to sun up, and you'll be able to get out into the garden bright and early. I was sitting in my garden at 5 o'clock this morning. I know nobody around here believes me, but it's absolutely true. I had to sit in the garden for an hour or so waiting for TVAM to start at 6. Well, if you're up at 5 tomorrow, you'll have an hour and 55 minutes to wait, because on a Sunday, TVAM programs begin at 6:55 with Good Morning Britain. Our programs start at 9:25 with Cartoon Time and the wonderful world of Professor Kitzel. And if you are as heavily into cartoons as I am, you must make a special note that the Glenn Michael Cavalcade tomorrow is not at its usual time. It is indeed much earlier, at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. And if you have small people in the house who are addicted to Glenn Michael, maybe you ought to tell them about that at breakfast time. Well, I'll be back with you tomorrow night, but now let's take a look together at all the programs that we can enjoy on STV on Sunday. Incidentally, if you're really keen, we start showing the test card at 5:15 in the morning. But Radio 4th doesn't start until 6 o'clock when Ken Haynes is along with Ken's Den. There's news at 8, followed by View from Earth with Anne Pagan. And at 8:30 on Radio 4th, Alex Shuttleworth is back with Solid Gold Sunday. Radio Clyde doesn't show the test card, but it has music all night. And All Right All Night tonight is presented by Shagan and Mark Goodyear. At 6 o'clock there's news, followed by Jim Simon's Sunday Show. And these are the programmes you can enjoy on your local independent radio services. Well, Channel 4 programmes continue for...
That's all, folks.